Hello boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Dell's Films back with another video, and today it's going to be a little different. We're going to be talking about my mid-season playoff predictions, what that bracket's going to look like, and who I think is going to win the World Series by the end of the year. First, let's talk about the bracket. So on the AL side, in the 1 seed, I have the Houston Astros, which I don't think this is that much of a stretch as they're playing great ball. I think they're targeting Noah Syndergaard right now to add that incredible rotation, and they're just playing very well. Number 2 is the Yankees, who are also playing very well. Definitely better than the Red Sox and the Rays. Only problem I see is their starting pitching. In the 3rd seed, I have the Twins. And the Twins, I think, are just going to edge over Cleveland, but aren't going to be as good as maybe the Rays and the Red Sox are in the wild card. I think they're going to slow down, something's going to happen, and they're just not going to be as well as you think they are. 4th seed, I have the Rays. I think the 4th and the 5th are kind of interchangeable, wherever you want to put them. I think this game will be in Tampa Bay. I think the Rays are going to finish off the season well. They don't have that tough of a schedule. The 5th seed, I have the Red Sox. I think they're just too talented to get beat out by the Indians, who I think are going to slow down. The Rangers are going to slow down, and the A's are going to slow down. And now for the NL side, and the 1st seed, with no surprise, is the Dodgers. They've been the best team in baseball. They've been dominant, pitching, hitting, defense, everything. They've gotten great performances with about every single one of their players, and they've just been unstoppable. Already 60 wins. Best in the bigs, easily the 1st seed. Number 2 is kind of surprised. It's the Braves. They've had a big year. I think they are going to do very well during the regular season. We'll see if that continues in the postseason. The 3rd seed, I have the Brewers edging out over the Cubs. I don't think the Cubs are all that great. I think they have big holes in their team that they just won't address, and that's going to be a big problem for them. And I think the Brewers, maybe they get Noah Syndergaard, maybe they get somebody else, I think will be very important for them. In the 4th seed, I have the Washington Nationals, and the Nationals are a very, very talented team, even with the loss of Bryce Harper. Their pitching is extremely good, and I think they'll be very good enough to get that wild card. And the second wild card is a bit of a surprise. I think the Phillies pitching is going to be very, very good over the rest of the year, and I think their bats will start to come alive, and you'll see Bryce Harper in Washington against his former team in the wild card. It doesn't get any better than that. And now the first matchup we have is the AL wild card, and I do have the Boston Red Sox beating the Tampa Bay Rays for a couple reasons. First is venue. Even though it's not in Fenway, Tampa Bay is not a home game. It's just not. If you've ever seen, they don't get any fans. It's a bottleneck to get there. It's just a mess. I think Red Sox will flood in, and they'll take out the home game idea. Of course, there's actual home game advantage in baseball, but I think the fans won't play a part. Next is I think Chris Sale will be dominant enough, and they'll get at least 1 or 2 good bullpen innings, either from Nathan Eovaldi, Matt Barnes, Heath Hembree, or Brandon Workman. And I think the Rays with Charlie Morton, the Red Sox offense is just too talented, and I think the Rays are just going to slow down towards the end of the year, and that's going to become a dogfight for that 4th and 5th. I think the Red Sox can just edge them out with a few home runs, maybe JD Martinez, Devers, Bogarts, Betts. We'll see. On the other side, we have the Nationals versus the Phillies, and I do have the Nationals beating the Phillies for a couple of reasons, and the main one is Max Scherzer. I truly believe Max Scherzer is the best pitcher in baseball right now, in the world. He's probably going to win a Cy Young this year. He's so good. I think they'll throw 6, 7, maybe 8 dominant innings, and they'll be able to close it out. Even probably just Doolittle, who's a good closer, not great, but I think he'll be able to close it out. I think the Phillies, Aaron Nola has been Jake Arrieta has been blaming other people, of course. Eflin has been good, but they really haven't had that guy who's going to throw 6 innings in a big game and win them that game. I don't think Harper's going to play that well back in Washington. I think the Phillies offense is going to struggle to put up runs against Scherzer, and I think guys like Anthony Rendon, Trey Turner, Brian Dozier are going to put up big, big games. And now we move on to the ALDS, and our first matchup is the Red Sox versus the Astros. This is going to be a great matchup. Astros probably the best team in the AL. Red Sox, defending world champs, met in the ALCS last year. I think it'll be a great ALDS matchup, but I do think the Astros are going to win in 3 or 4. I think the Astros are pretty much guaranteed to take the first 2 at home, but I don't know how the Red Sox are going to do in Fenway. I think they'll do much better in Fenway. It just depends on, are they going to win 1 game or are they going to win 2? It could go to 5, but I don't see the Red Sox winning this series at all. I think Verlander, Cole, whoever they throw out there, Miley, maybe Syndergaard is going to do much better than anyone the Red Sox is going to throw out there. And the Red Sox bullpen, I don't know how well they're going to do over a 5-game series. And in the other ALDS matchup, we have the New York Yankees versus the Minnesota Twins, and I do have the Yankees taking this series. For a couple of reasons, I think the Yankees have a great bullpen, unbelievable hitting. The Twins have great hitting, but I think the Yankees bullpen is going to shut them down. And unless the Twins pick up something big, maybe Madison Bumgarner, though I don't know how much that would help, maybe a big-time reliever, I just don't think they can keep up with this offense of the Yankees. I don't think they can keep games close late. I think the Yankees can shut them down. And I think this Twins team will kind of struggle towards the end of the year as some of the bats dip down, guys get colder. And I think the Yankees are going to win this series in 3, 4, maybe 5. Now we move over to the NL side. In our first NLDS matchup, we have the Dodgers versus the Nationals. I do have the Dodgers defeating the Nationals, and here's why. The Dodgers are undoubtedly the most talented team in baseball. Maybe you make the argument Houston has more talented players, but I think overall as a team, the Dodgers are just so good. Their pitching is wonderful. Maybe they need another bullpen arm. They might pick that up. Maybe they get a 5th starter in the rotation, but Kershaw, Ryu, and Buehler is unbelievable, and I think they'll sweep the Nationals. After Scherzer having gone, I think Strasburg, Sanchez, Corbin isn't going to be great, or Strasburg, Corbin, Sanchez. I don't know how great that's going to be, and I think the big 3 of LA is going to kill him. Bellinger will continue his tirade over this league, and the Dodgers are going to dominate, and I think it's going to be a sweep, or maybe in 4 if the Nationals steal one at home. And in our final NLDS matchup, we have the Braves and the Brewers, and I do have the Milwaukee Brewers moving on to face the Los Angeles Dodgers in the NLCS, and here's why. The Brewers are a very good team, but they're missing that one big starter, and I truly believe in my heart that they're going to go out and get it, whether it be Madison Bumgarner or Noah Syndergaard. I think those are the 2 big options. They could go out and get both and make huge moves. I think Syndergaard would be a much better option than Bumgarner, even with Bumgarner's postseason history. I think Syndergaard's a better pitcher, even though he's struggling. And I think the Braves starting pitching is just not good enough. I think you've got Soraka, who's a rookie. Who knows how he's going to do in the playoffs? He could be great. He could be horrible. Keuchel has been okay in the playoffs of his career. He had that one good wildcard game, and that was about it. And I truly believe that the Brewers are going to beat him. Yelich is going to have a great series, and they're going to have an NLCS rematch from last year. And now we move on to Championship Series. First, in the ALCS, we have a rematch of 2 years ago. We got the Astros and the Yankees, and I do have the Houston Astros winning it and going to their 2nd World Series in 3 years. I think the Astros are the best well-rounded team in the AL. I don't think the Yankees make a big move at the deadline. I think they get an okay pitcher, but not good enough to win. Their starting pitching is just not good. You gotta face it. Tanaka, he was an all-star, shouldn't have been an all-star. Severino is a wild card up in the air. Who knows how he'll be when he'll come back. Paxton has been okay, hasn't been what they needed. Happ has not been good either. It's just kind of a mess for the Yankees in their starting pitching department. Of course, their bullpen and their offense are amazing, but so are the Astros. And the Astros are just a better, well-rounded team. Verlander and Cole are just going to shut them down games 1 and 2. I feel like it's going to be similar to the 2017 ALCS, but then the Astros are going to win in 5 or 6. I don't think it's going to go to a 7-game, 6-game series. I think the Astros are going to dominate and go to the World Series. And on the other side, I have the Los Angeles Dodgers advancing to their 3rd straight World Series to defeat the Milwaukee Brewers for the 2nd year in a row, and here's why. You gotta look at this Dodgers team. There aren't any holes. None. They fixed them all. They patched them up. Maybe a bullpen arm. Every team could use one more bullpen arm. Maybe a 5th starting pitcher. Every team could use a 5th starting pitcher. But I think this Dodgers team is the one. I think this Dodgers team is going to advance to the World Series with ease. I think they're going to sweep, maybe in 5, the Brewers. I think Yelich is going to get destroyed by this pitching. He's a great player. I have him as my number 2 player in the MLB right now if you want to watch that video. But I truly believe, I've said that a lot, that the Dodgers are heading to the World Series for the 3rd year in a row. And in the World Series, I do have the Los Angeles Dodgers defeating the Houston Astros in a roles reverse scenario of 2017. And maybe this isn't the most exciting World Series. Maybe these are the guys you would have thought going into the year. But has it really been different the past few years? I mean, the Red Sox were the best team in baseball last year. Astros were the best team in baseball 2 years before that. And that's the trend nowadays. The best team wins. Maybe you just look back at the Royals that lost the World Series, the Giants that was the last time it's really been, oh, the not good team won the World Series, made the World Series. But now it's becoming more obvious who it's going to be every year. And I think the Dodgers, with this great pitching staff, this great offense, is going to win the World Series. I think it's going to be close, 6-7 games, of course. I think Clayton Kershaw is finally going to break out of his shell, and and pitched a phenomenal closeout game to win the World Series. I think the Astros offense do fine. I think Bregman is great. I think Correa is great. Springer is great. Altuve great. But I think Bellinger is just greater. I think Turner is just greater. Seager is better. Verdugo is better. Buehler is better. Everything is just better on the Dodgers side, and I think they win the World Series. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, like and subscribe. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, which is absolutely nuts. It's been so cool. I want to thank all you guys who have subscribed, watched, liked, commented. It really means a lot. But if you like it, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.